Nick fucking Gage. I represent the Murder That Kill gang. You're watching Shootin' and Shit. And if you're not watching Shootin' and Shit, I'm probably in your house robbing you. So watch that shit or I'll rob your motherfucking house. MDK all fucking day.
Hey, this is Tommy Dreamer. Shut up. You're listening to Shoot the Shit podcast. Enjoy it. What's going on?
No, it won't kick us off. It won't. Says the guy who's probably got us kicked at least 3 times for what he said in the videos.
What the fuck ever, bro. Joe is saying fucked up shit than I've said. And you talk about Chris Benoit being innocent like every third fucking week.
Yeah. That's not something that'll hit the YouTube algorithm like A-raped.
Thank you, Denny.
You said like 16 times that episode.
Yeah.
A-raped. I didn't say A-raped.
Yeah, you did.
No,
a lot.
I know what I said. And it wasn't A.
We're abbreviating it, dickhead, so we don't get it fucking
because we don't want to get flagged.
Yeah, you're right, dude. You keep talking about the government. We'll worry about me saying ass rape. That's a good call.
You're so retarded.
Freaking Chungus, get off the buttons back there.
ICE is going to show up at both your houses, and you're going to be like, how the fuck did you get here? And they're going to be like, we watched your show.
Dude, I ain't worried about ICE, dog. I am not fucking. I am legal.
Huh?
Like we were born here. Ain't nobody fucking worried about ICE. Dude.
You're legal-ish, Joe. You're legal-ish.
Jesus.
That's funny. That's fucking white power. Calm down.
I'm just saying right now, but hey, dude, I don't make the rules. This shit ain't on me. Ain't nobody taking my fucking job. I lost my job to a Mexican. I'm not fucking worried about any of it.
I hope your application for the SS goes through because you're really fucking riding that high, aren't you?
Whatever, dude. Just so
keep telling you, Sean, you can't look like the Sons of Anarchy fucking Christmas card #1 guy over there and have these hot takes you do about us, man. It's not gonna look right.
It'd be funny when ICE comes through. Are you calling, dude? Because you look like you would. You look like that.
No.
You have the shade of skin that would.
I would.
This is just a guy that in Indiana, one of the whitest places ever, comes out here. Well, that's what I should do then. Just come across the border like your people.
It's so bad.
But I would have never made. I'm not a strong swimmer. I wouldn't have made it. Yeah, I'd have been one of them poor statistics floating in the fucking ocean. In the ocean.
Now he can't even speak English. He's really
I
was thinking about Ralphie May.
All I know is you wouldn't survive the trip because Jack dies. He doesn't get on the door in the ocean. So
yeah, dude, he does. That fucking bitch.
Yeah. There's plenty of room on that door. Plenty of room.
There'd have been more room if you'd been in love with a thinner girl.
I'm just saying though, she was kind of like she was the villain in that movie, dude.
All the way through.
She straight robbed homeboy for a fucking multi-million-dollar necklace.
Oh no, dude!
Just to go fuck some unemployed hobo kid that snuck his way onto the ship.
Who I'm pretty sure was underage because she looked like she was about 36 then.
Then she fucks the dude, lets him die in the fucking Atlantic. And on top of that, she goes and lives this great life, marries some other dickhead, has some kids because her daughter
becomes a fucking pilot.
Hold on. She does all that shit, but she was still holding out. She had like a fucking $80 million diamond sitting in her fucking jewelry box. Yeah. Like, bro, you could have cashed out and taken care of the whole fam. Instead, you're eating hamburger helper like a bunch of fucking dickheads 4 nights a week. Like, fuck you. Like Rose was the real fucking villain in Titanic.
She did the whole go back, not to just talk about Jack, but she went back to bury the fucking big ass blue diamond thing, dude. That's her only reason for going back. Not fucking telling everybody about the Titanic.
Bro, those boat rides are not cheap either. She took a whole fucking boat ride. She took like a fucking $150,000 ride out into the Atlantic just to tell a fucking story of how she got dicked down by some fucking hobo on the fucking Titanic one time. Like, that's some straight bullshit. That's some villainous shit. You want to talk about, oh, guys are dogs. Okay, calm down, Rose. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And the moral of the story is bitches be bitches. I don't care what century you're from.
Look, guys are dickheads. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking Dennis, the name of this show is Our Hearts Will Go On. Because you know what? You know what? She is a piece of shit. She was the fucking guys are dicks. All right, Billy Zane. He was a dick in that movie. Fucking Billy Zane, rock and roll. Love that dude. But anyway,
dude, nobody plays a better douchebag than Billy.
He was
Zane.
a fucking douchebag, but we all knew he was going to be a douchebag. He had the fucking hair of a pedophile. It looked like he was going to be the bad guy. It didn't fucking matter. And then turns out, oh no, everybody's like, oh, my heart's going to go wrong. By the time they hit that second VHS, she's getting dicked down. Oh, in somebody else's car, by the way, too. That's some fucking real scumbag shit.
Oh, come on, dude.
I
look, a chick in the backseat of somebody else's car.
Like, I'm not getting in somebody else's fucking Model T, dog. So
it's the model of the car is important.
Like, I'm a big dude. There's not a lot of room in that thing for me, to be honest.
It smells like ass in here.
Yeah,
you ain't walking to one of them Philly museums with your girl and be like, "Come on, Philly, let's get in the back seat and stink it up."
Can you fucking imagine that? Like, you're like the Titanic fucking makes it to port. Right, the iceberg shit doesn't happen, and then some fucking dickhead with his fucking monocle and top hat comes rolling out like a real piece of shit. Some fucking like dude still working off of fucking slave labor because it's fucking 1912, and he's like, fire up the Model T, and they go to start it up, and it just smells like fucking. Because let's be real, 1912. I don't know how people are taking care of themselves. It just smells like absolute ass and pussy in that fucking thing. And it ain't coming the fuck out. You didn't have Febreze in 1912, dog. Were you taking it down to fucking Carlos at the detail shop on the corner? Absolutely the fuck not. You weren't. You just had to fucking suck it up and live with it. Going 8 miles an hour down a fucking dirt road that's half horse shit and half cobblestone. That's fucked up, dude. That's some bullshit. Rose is a piece of shit.
So, okay, going back to what we were talking about earlier, because this is what you would say to me. Why does the detail guy got to be named Carlos, man?
Because that's the name of the dude.
That's his name.
Shop.
Yeah, I mean, it's
shout out Carlos.
Yeah, it's not our fault that
what the fuck,
you've got white guilt that his name is Carlos. The guy can't
have my bad. I can't.
I watched Titanic. There weren't a lot of dark-skinned people in that movie.
Oh, so we couldn't afford to
they
get
were
on the
all on
boat
the bottom level. Here we go. There we go. Okay.
We're the first ones to drown. That's why they didn't see it.
Well, guess what, you Irish prick? You would have fucking drowned too because they left you down in the basement and locked the gates too.
I told you. I'm not a strong swimmer. I'm not a strong swimmer.
No shit.
Not a strong swimmer. So yeah, and I don't like the cold. So
yeah, you're not a strong swimmer, dude. You would have drowned in the Titanic and went to that big fucking cookout in the sky. Okay, that's it.
I'd have went up there and found them guys playing the violins and shit and beat the fuck out of them. And be like, what are you fucking playing music for? Grab a fucking hand, man. Let's get this water off the boat. You're playing music, you lazy motherfuckers. We're all dying.
It's a G way to go out, though. They're like, you know what? Fuck this boat. We're playing till we fucking can't play no more.
It's been a privilege. Just somebody driving off the fucking deck of the Titanic in their fucking ass-smelling car. Just like, fuck it. Just drive it right into the Atlantic Ocean. Fucking A.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's
I was, you know what? More I think about it, like antidepressants aside, I was not built to be around in like the early 1900s, man. I would have they would have been like, that fat witch right there, they need to hang him or some shit. Because I would have been a fucking problem. I would have been a problem for a lot of people. A whole lot of I just been, you know, here's the best part too. I'll just rob motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like me now in 1912, that shit would have been an issue. First of all, I ain't wearing a suit because I ain't got that kind of money. They got to fucking tailor that shit on me. Number one. Number two, I'm just gonna straight rob motherfuckers. Like I would just love it. I would just love jacking some. Good sir, are you stealing my wallet? Yeah, motherfucker.
I could see you being one of those dudes in fucking London.
Dude,
and you got the hat on.
Sitting there watching a movie, man, if I had a machine gun, I could have gone back to the old West and just
man, fuck that. I would have went full on like socks to my fucking knees, straight cholo. Fuck Peaky Blinders. They wouldn't have known what the fuck hit them, dude. I would have fucking summoned my fucking great Aztec ancestors and shit, not giving a fuck.
I love that show though. That's a good show.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
good show. Oh, I got my little single shot, bitch. I got a switchblade. Call me the tax collector, bitch. I'm like Shia LaBeouf coming in there. Is there a problem,
Kicking
Holmes?
fools.
Don't give a fuck.
Didn't Shia LaBeouf die a gruesome death in that?
Eventually.
You're like,
It's
we're like
everybody.
Scarface. He died, bro.
I know that's
Michael Corleone. He died, bro.
yeah, that's my favorite thing. Man, my Scarface is my hero. He died at the end, dog. Like he didn't make it. Like
Right.
he died a horrible death. like
You know what I would have done though in those times? Like honestly,
white
had
women.
No, white women. Have y'all seen that movie where
Just saying. That's true.
what's Sean?
lost
Maybe that
Sean.
tickled you, Sean. What's that movie where Tom Hardy plays himself and his twin brother?
Oh, fucking Legend.
Yeah, I would have been the unhinged brother that's fucking finger guns in the fucking jacket, just bullshitting to get out of something. That would have been
Yo, that's the best scene in that movie. When he's
So
like, I came
fucking
here
awesome.
for a proper fucking
for a
fight.
proper fucking fight.
Yo,
Well,
he's
dude,
like,
Tom Hardy's one of those guys though that kind of makes you believe. Like when you see him getting interviewed and shit, you're kind of like, dude, this dude might fucking hurt somebody.
yeah, he's not all put together. I don't think.
Yeah.
He's not all there.
I think good actors aren't all put together. Though.
I agree with
Like
you.
fucking
agree.
Daniel Day-Lewis, dude.
Dude, I
he's
was
not all together.
literally when you said that, I
Yeah.
literally thought Daniel Day-Lewis.
Dude. I love There Will Be Blood. That's one of my Gangs in New York and There Will Be Blood, two of my all-time favorite fucking movies, right?
You wanna know
There's
why?
no way a fucking sane person plays fucking Bill the Butcher in Gangs in New York.
right.
Like, period. Like
Right.
that, you can't be all fucking dude. He was listening to old fucking tin recordings of like people of New Yorkers in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Like he was on some fucking like absolute wild museum tour to try to figure out how to speak like these motherfuckers.
Never broke
That's-
character. Did not break character the entire time they were filming the movie.
Dude, he
Jared Leto
practiced.
did the same thing.
Yeah.
I read that he practiced the fake eye thing, right?
Yeah.
He had a glass contact, like this glass contact type cap he put over his eye, and literally practiced putting the knife to tap against his own eye.
That was such a fucking intense that
What the
scene.
fuck? That shit's not all right, dude. He's not okay.
Yeah.
He had to retire. Like
But here's another. Yeah, but he's retired before. That's not the first time. He retired back in like the 90s to go like he was a shoe cobbler for like 3 or 4 years. Just like made shoes over in some foreign. I don't remember what country it was, but some country.
Dude, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of actors that go do weird shit now. Like,
But he, dude, if you want seriously though, because I mean, he was like I said, those two movies you mentioned, There Will Be Blood and Gangs of New York, those always stand out. But I'm going to tell you one that you would be surprised that Lincoln, when he played Abraham Lincoln,
yeah,
so fucking good, bro.
Yeah, that was a fucking
So
great movie.
good.
I went with like the villainous characters he played.
Yeah, but if you
But like everything
have you
he does
seen
is
Lincoln?
good. I've seen that, and I've seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. What the fuck? That's a classic.
That wasn't
Hell
actually
yeah,
too
he
bad,
is.
to be honest with you. But
Fucking sick.
when
I
he
want
played
someone
Lincoln,
to do the Abraham Lincoln biopic where he was the wrestler.
well, yeah,
Dude, I know,
he
right?
was a wrestler too. Yeah,
That Carney fuck.
Carney fuck became the president with that top hat of secrets, dude.
Everybody's
know,
like,
man,
oh,
but I
Donald
love
Trump.
that
Donald
guy.
Trump's a WWE Hall of Famer. Yeah, Lincoln would have been too, bitch.
Dude, Lincoln would
Whatever.
have twisted his Lincoln would have twisted his doughy ass up.
Nah,
bro.
I don't know. I
Lincoln
feel like
killed vampires.
Lincoln would have been like fucking like Bruno Sammartino. Like,
Yeah.
he would have been
He
kind of
would've-
he would have been kind of a dickhead in later life. Like,
Yeah.
he would have,
but I'm just
no, he
saying,
would have been like Bret Hart. He would have had his own room of like all.
dude,
This is all
that's
my
Lincoln memorabilia.
yeah. This is all my Abraham
that
Lincoln
room
merchandise.
starts when you walk in his front door and ends when you walk out the back.
Well, they
His
do
whole
have
house
it.
is a fucking Bret Hart, easily.
It's the Lincoln bedroom at the White House.
Oh,
Lincoln, Lincoln,
Yeah.
Lincoln's there, and he's got a hat with a single bullet hole in it. He goes, "Yeah, you know about that. You know how that happened."
You go to the White House now and go to see the Lincoln bedroom. It's got like a fucking SummerSlam poster with Abraham Lincoln on it.
They probably changed the name to, changed the name to like the Rush Limbaugh bedroom or some shit right now in perpetuity.
No, it's
Was it
still,
that way
it's,
when you
he
lost?
Nah, he loves Lincoln, dude.
How is Alex
He loves
Jones?
Lincoln. Dude, he did the
He
fucking
is- he's a-
inauguration with the Lincoln Bible, dude.
Well, he
ain't
talks
changing
about
that
Lincoln
shit.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, he would blow Lincoln. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure he would probably just take it right down.
It's got to be a massive bush, though.
Oh,
Jesus
dude,
Christ.
I can't. I don't see. It's the same thing. You can't I don't like to think about fucking before like the 70s.
Oof.
I saw what was happening there too. It's wild. It's a wild time.
407 bushes ago.
Oh
Jesus
God,
Christ.
just
Christ, boys, it's just hair. Ain't nothing to be afraid of.
no, it's not that. It's just like, dog, like I have to shower every day to feel like a normal functioning fucking human being. I don't like sitting in my own fucking like butt
Do we-
water. I can't take a
Wake up,
bath.
I get in the
And I'm not
shower
taking a
before I go to
I'm not
bed.
taking a fucking bath outside either, like some fucking animal either. Like God would have made me a fucking bear if I was slapping salmon and shitting in the fucking stream. Okay, like that's what would have happened. No, I'm a fucking human being living in 2025. I fucking have indoor plumbing. I like fucking hot water showering me now. I'm not gonna sit in a fucking my own stew. Ugh, I don't even like fucking stew when it's made for dinner. I'm not gonna make it with myself. It's fucking terrible.
Wow.
Ugh, just everybody just smells like old cabbages and shit walking around trying to fuck. That's the other thing too. There's not a lot to do. You think they're fucking sitting around listening, waiting for the next fucking podcast? No, it's like you either like you fucking plow a field or you fuck somebody. That's why everybody had like 87 kids.
You either plowed or you plowed, huh?
Just smelled like sweat everywhere. Oh God.
Well, I think that
Jesus.
had a little bit more to do with there being no birth control back then, too.
Yeah, and the fucking amount of wool clothing. Fuck's sake, dude. I am wearing underwear right now that is helping me from having a fucking panic attack. I want you to know this. It is the ultimate in fucking cooling right now because my shit is just like I need it. I just need that fucking breeze happening. They couldn't imagine that shit in the fucking 1800s. Fucking Johnny Reb's out there getting his leg blown off by a cannonball while he's playing the fucking skin flute marching across Virginia in the fucking Civil War. And I'm out here like, yo, I got to keep my balls cool before I have to take another Klonopin. Okay, it's fucking rough times, dude.
Ooh,
I wouldn't have made it back then. I wouldn't have made it.
Groundbreaking shit on Shootin' Shit tonight. Groundbreaking shit.
Well, it's going to be a little bit of that, a little bit of this tonight. It's going to be Jody's got his fucking Eagles back there behind him. So yeah, we're getting into Eagles football in a minute too.
Yeah, we are.
But it's gonna be weird tonight. Say we make it weird. We started out weird. We might as well keep it going.
I'm gonna fucking keep it weird.
Damn, he says that when he just takes a big hit off his I'm gonna keep it weird. Fucking A. All right, let's hit the video. Let's get it going.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Like I said, it's gonna be a good night. We've got a lot of clips off of the Shootin' Shit phone that we'll pull up in a minute. So if you're following us at our TikTok page at Shootin' Shit. You can see all the videos that we watched tonight for a second time or for the first time if you're listening to strictly audio. Before we get to that, gentlemen, the Dark Side of the Ring has just released their new season 6 episode list. I want to go through the names and y'all tell me which ones you're going to be interested in. We've got the Hell in a Cell.
Mick Foley's match. Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, well, I think so. Well, it just says Hell in the Cell, but I didn't read like
Is
which
that
one.
specified?
No, it just says Hell in the Cell.
It said Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell.
Well, not the one I'm looking at.
Well, hold on. Hold up.
I've got Big Van Vader.
Yes.
Tony Atlas. Ludwig Borga. Billy Jack Haynes. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. The Superstar Billy Graham. Daphne. The Original Sheik and Muhammad Hassan.
Okay, so it does specify Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell. So obviously that would be one that I think a lot of people would be interested in, you know, your general public people,
But who doesn't know that one already?
Right, that's my point. But I would the one I'm actually very much interested in there's a couple. Billy Jack Haynes, because I remember him watching him as a kid, and then of course, you know, he just recently his wife died, and I think he had something to do with it, not understanding that. Big Van Vader, obviously, because dude, Vader was, you know, ahead of his time. Tony Atlas, just because I remember him and he kind of had a little fall for grace, but I think at one point he was the ECW World Heavyweight Champion and he was living in his car. So that'll be an interesting story. But my big one is Daphne Unger. I'm really, really, really want to watch the one about.
That one's going to be the hardest for me. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, that'll be tough for me too, man. But I think it'll be good too.
Yeah. Joe,
I got to rock Muhammad Hassan. That whole fucking story is like a fucking fever dream. Dude. Like it touches like on some real fucking emotion and some awful shit, and it basically ended his career too because
no fault of his own.
No, he had nothing to. He was a decent worker, decent dude, not like. And now he's like a fucking principal of a school somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
so, and he teaches like grade school or he's a principal. But I mean, the kid had everything. He was great on the mic, and he was a good looking kid. He was athletic. He could work.
Yeah.
They pushed. I think they pushed a narrative there that they should have never tried to push.
Well, they had a couple things written that were real fucking edgy, and it went well over the line for a lot of people, and basically ended his whole fucking career before it got to take off. So that to me, that's a real interesting one. I think the Hell in a Cell, I really think we've said everything that needs to be said. And this is going to sound really bad, but I am kind of tired of hearing about like, you know, all these wrestlers with like fucking mental health issues and not getting the fucking help that they need and not getting the support that they need after the fact. Because they're independent contractors and these companies just don't give a fuck about people. Like I'm kind of, it gets to the point where it's like, I don't want to watch it because that shit's just extra fucking depressing and I don't want to hear it anymore, you know, but it's going to be sad. It's going to be fucking really rough. Cause I mean, we were talking about that when it happened, when I remember, weren't we doing the OG Shootin' Shit shows in the middle of like, hey, she's in the middle of a fucking crisis and people are like, you need to reach out to her and find her.
Yeah.
Like I remember we were doing that towards the beginning. I want to say somewhere in the first probably 20, 30 episodes or so. We had that shit happening. So it's gonna be fucking depressing and sad. Tony Atlas, my guy with the foot fetish, just sucking on toes and winning championships. He's a cool dude too. I met him. Super great dude in person. Super awesome to meet. Had no issues, no problems with him. My dude, he just loves sucking on some toes, man. Like hey, be a freak. Good for you.
Well, dude, I feel like Tony Atlas kind of falls into that category of addict that he's the good guy as long as he was clean. It's when he got in trouble with the drugs and shit He wasn't a good guy.
But that's kind of like for everybody.
everybody.
I know that,
Yeah.
dude. I'm not. Well, no, not everybody, man. Because some people are just assholes. You know what I'm saying? Like legit. I'm not saying he was in general a good guy. I mean, to his core, he was a good person. And then shit started happening, and the drugs took over, and that brings out your worst personality because you.
Well, he's also saw a lot of shit too. I mean, he was the last person to see Brody.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing fucked with him hard.
And you got to remember, dude, he was running with JYD for a long time there in Mid-South. And JYD was doing $500 worth of coke a day and selling himself to white women in hotels. You know what I mean?
Bad motherfucker.
So, I mean, he didn't exactly have the best, like, hey, you know, keep your nose clean, save your money, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dennis, what's your episode? Throw it in the fucking chat. What are you looking for?
Dennis said, "You mean fat bitch." No, that was an old one.
You mean fat bitch.
I see him typing
That
away.
could be to any of us. We're all mean fat bitches here.
Yeah.
Dennis said, "Give me a minute." I guess he wasn't paying attention to the segment.
Oh
So-
my god.
He was watching reruns of fucking Big Bang Theory or some shit.
No, fucking
Police Academy.
Dude, I bet you a fresh made cheeseburger Saturday. He's watching Big Bang Theory right now. Oh, you won't be.
Oh my
Any chance you can get to Chicago on Saturday, Joe?
No.
We got an Airbnb, bro. You just got to cover your travel.
Yeah,
Joe's
dude,
like, I don't wanna fucking
my
do that.
mental health. You think putting me in a fucking airplane is any kind of a good idea for anybody right now?
Well, I mean,
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, as a friend,
be
no,
Be
no,
like
hold
that
on.
lady. He's not human. He's not
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
human.
I got
Fucking
it.
strap me to the wing.
I'm gonna break character here and say, as your friend, of course, I don't want you to be uncomfortable, enclosed on a plane with your anxiety and stuff like that. But as well, me now, fuck yeah, dude, that'd be hilarious. It'd be something to talk about on the next show, right? Here you fucking somebody tried to put something in my overhead. I jumped on my seat and I punched him in the face.
I will. I've seen so many great videos of like dudes in fucking, like freaking out on airplanes and causing problems for people. It'll be like a fucking mix. It'd be the add one mixtape of fucking airplane freakouts for me.
Dude.
And for literally like a fucking 2-hour flight. It would
like
be so bad.
And the best part about it, Joe, is like 3 years from now when I'm hanging out in my basement with my friends, I can pull that video. I'll be like, look, see this dude right here? I used to do a show with him.
And now he's on the TSA no-fly list.
Look, he hit that bitch right in the face. Look, he hit it right in the face. Look at that. He gets paroled in like a year, man. We're going to
I will be the dude probably pharmaceutically enabling myself to like wrestle somebody on a plane for their title that they're carrying on. And I do not care. I wouldn't probably remember it either. I don't know. But
I could see
hey,
them
Dennis,
dragging Joe off like the fucking Cotton Hill from King of the Hill.
Drag me the fuck. Yeah, they'll have to. I'll be fucking Ben Stiller. Like, what? Can you say bomb on an airplane? Bombardier. Bomb. Like, I'll fucking. Then I get tased. Then one of the cops
air marshal.
Mexican's not going down. Hit him again. Some fucking other.
Joe's over there fighting with the air marshal. Where did you put your gun? You have no pockets. With
Dude,
it strapped to your ass.
You know how the flight attendants always wear like name tags, and every once in a while there's like a man in a vest and a tie that's a flight attendant. I keep looking for that dude that his name like Jack Snyder or Jack Brown or whatever. So I can be like, "Hi, Jack." I think that would be fucking hilarious. Dude.
I'd rather
the marshal would jump, everybody would flinch. I'd just be like, "Dude, his name's Jack. I'm just saying hi."
I'd rather be on a flight with fucking Nino Brown from New Jack City.
Fucking love Nino Brown, dude.
Oh, you're gonna love it later. All right, Dennis threw out Muhammad Hassan, so he's on board with me. I think that's just a super.
That's the
fucking
big one.
That's
I think that's the one that the general public knows the least information about.
Yeah, because it just kind of like, oh, we'll just
Hey.
sweep that under the rug. Like that
Kinda
didn't
like-
happen. Wink.
Kind of like Joe
Katie
Vaughn's
Vick,
favorite
wink.
wrestler, Chris Benoit. He just kind of went away.
Crispin has not gone away. There's still plenty of. See, this is one thing that I'm
Here
gonna
we
throw
go.
this. I didn't want to get into Benoit
You
yet.
think
but
he? What do you
pushed
think? Do you think
me.
he's down rolling in
You
Portugal,
pushed
teaching
me.
chokeholds and shit to people?
No, he's legitimately gone. He rode the Bowflex home. But
He's in my chokehold.
what people failed to understand is Benoit's legacy is still going to be there, because when you have people that wrestled him like Kurt Angle, you can't erase all of Kurt Angle's fucking history, and a
Okay,
big
dude,
chunk
so-
of that was Benoit. And
So
Kurt
you
Angle
were
said it himself.
You were watching TikToks and seeing the same Kurt Angle TikTok that I seen this week, where he was talking about Benoit's matches were his favorite matches, but he can't
But-
ever talk about it.
It wasn't just that, because Jericho said the same thing. Jericho mentioned the spot with Benoit where they had the walls of Jericho on top of the ladder, and he goes, but nobody ever remembers that because they've wiped Benoit.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, they had to.
I mean,
They had Jovan. Dude, you know what bothers me is I legit can't tell if you're fucking with me right now just for the sake of fucking with me, or if you really think that we should be able to talk about Chris Benoit. We joke, and I know we shouldn't, but if that's kind of shit's funny to me. So if it makes me laugh, I'm going to say it, or if somebody else says it and I think it's funny, I'm going to laugh. But when it comes down to it, dude, regardless of what anybody thinks, 2 people are dead that didn't need to be. If he wanted to go, he could have done that on his own.
yeah. Unless somebody did it to all 3 of them, and then you'll feel real stupid.
You are
Oh my God, are we
literally the
back on
only
this
person
fucking
on
somebody
the
else did it
fucking
bullshit?
internet, and that's saying something, because there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers on the internet.
It took me like 8 years to talk my brother off that ledge. Here we fucking go again.
I mean,
Look, I want to
think
get
it's
off.
because- well, dude, I mean, Joe, I mean, you know, like, honestly, it's one of those things when you think about it, like, you don't want to believe it,
Yeah, you don't.
because you know who we felt like we knew who this guy was.
But then there was also the issue of him sounding like he was in duress with the last phone call with Chavo.
He wasn't.
And
He wasn't duress. He just killed 2 people.
But it's like,
Now, you don't get more duress. You're not in duress when you're dying. You're just dying, bro.
I'm just saying, we're gonna shelve this for now, gentlemen. We'll have time later to get back onto this if you really want to.
Nah, we probably
Oh no, it's gonna happen.
I-
Shoot
I
Shipbone!
I just never know what Joey's going to say, so I think we should stay off this topic.
Oh no, we're gonna get there later. It's okay.
I'm just fucking.
Oh, we're gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
gonna get there, Joe.
Don't come.
Dude, what's
Don't
with
come.
we
Joe's
haven't
Ed.
commented on your
I'm gonna come.
background there. What's going on with your background?
Oh, not
Oh.
yet. We're gonna get there.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
looks like
There's
you got a
plenty.
There's
There's plenty
plenty.
to talk about here. There's a
That's
lot
a
to
half
unpack.
hour worth of fucking
Looks-
video. So
Look like you're like Philly, man. You got a little Saquon on your shoulder. You know.
just get ready, dude. Just get ready. We're gonna play Sean's first video because it is one of the only videos that's non-Eagles related, not football related, but it is pretty funny. So
I don't know if it's funny. It's fucked up, but okay.
it is fucked up, but I mean it's the truth.
Watch this shit.
Watch this. For y'all at home, Jesus Christ. It is Power Slap. It's got the Celtics power slapping the hell out of the Cavs. For those that watch basketball, y'all know that fucking Celtics have dog walked the Cavs all year long. So, and the guy got slapped and looked like that dude from the Goonies afterwards. He
Oh
just
my
fucking-
god, bro.
That's almost as good as the woman who got slapped, where like it
The
rearranged
Asian lady?
up and she looked like a whole different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
The one that
changed-
opened her eyes.
She
changed
got hit so hard, she
ethnicity.
didn't look Asian anymore.
Yeah.
Yep, that one.
She got yeeted out into a different ethnicity.
All right. So keeping with the theme, I'm not going straight to Eagles because once we hit Eagles, we're hitting Eagles all the way home.
Once we look, folks, once we hit Eagles, you're not going to hear me or Jovan anymore tonight.
Exactly.
We're
So we've
just-
got
we're
some
really-
other videos.
We're really glad you came.
Let's do it's not what Joey says. Here goes a little bit of wrestling.
For me, it's a thing of I've done everything, in my opinion, on the indies that I could do. I've conquered GCW. I've beat everyone there is to beat on the indies. And like I said earlier, it's about goals. So my next goal is who the hell do I want to fight? There's people out there, you got to level up. Do I want to fight people at TNA? You got people, you got the Hardy Boys. Mansour against the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt. You got Mansour against Joe Hendry. Mansour against Nick Nemeth. You got people at WWE. Mansour, CM Punk, you give me a fucking mic and we could just talk. There's people out there that I want to test myself against. I just want to fuck people up, get paid.
That's why we like Manser.
Dude, I'm so glad he's getting a shot in TNA and giving me. I'm telling you, dude, I've been saying it for about 4 years now. And this kid's ready for the big time. Swimmer, it's sink or swim. I mean, he's going to get a chance to do what he does, but the promo game's about to get stepped up in TNA because that boy, you put a mic on, you give him a mic, he can just go. He's got the gift of Dusty in that sense. He reminds me a lot of Dusty in his promo style and his delivery. And I mean, dude, the guy's a redneck wrestling in cowboy boots, but there's just something cool about him, and I like him a lot. I'm really excited that he's going to get a chance to do something.
I do too, man. I think he's one of those that we keep saying deserves it. He's deserved a good push. He's deserved the opportunity to show what he can do on a big stage. And honestly, the way they brought him in makes so much storyline sense right now. That it didn't really break any gaps, so it doesn't feel forced. It kind of just naturally happened.
And dude, I know this is going to sound silly, Jovan, but he's kind of my this generation, my Stone Cold of this at this point in my life.
Yeah,
Steve was somebody that I followed from USWA down in Texas because I used to watch him in the afternoons on ESPN. And then he made his way to WCW, and they didn't know who he was. I knew who he was. And when he said he was Stunning Steve from Hollywood, California, I was just like, I don't think so. But he made that little run and then got to WWE, did the Ringmaster. And even then, I was still a fan because I just wanted him to succeed and when getting to see him blow up. So Manser's that guy for me now. I followed him from the Indies all the way up. He was at the first indie show I went to in Chicago. He main evented that show against Sami Callihan.
Hell yeah.
And at the end of the match, Callihan grabbed the mic in front of it was the VFW, but there was like 350, 400 people in there. It was a pretty packed show. Like there were so many people in there that the upstairs was 30 degrees hotter than the downstairs. Like when you walk down the stairs, you literally hit cool air because you were sweating your ass off in the middle of winter. But Callihan said, dude, this guy's going to be a big star. Keep an eye on him. I mean, he really gave him the rub that night. And ever since then, I've watched this kid just go. So I'm really excited that he's getting a chance to be in TNA.
You got anything on Manser there?
Yeah. He's all right. It's all right.
He don't know yet, man, but he will.
No, I've watched plenty of GCW, seen him plenty of times there. Like it's like okay.
Yeah. Cool. He's kind of pigeonholed into his character in GCW, man. That's the great thing about that guy. I went to 3 shows in 1 week. He wrestled all 3 shows. One night he was a heel. Next night they were chanting his name. Yeah, I guess that's probably why I feel the way I do about like where it's very much like take or leave. See, that's the thing with GCW is like, you can't. It's so hard because the crowd makes up so much of their character. Yeah,
that specific show. I'm not talking like where they're at for the next 3 or 4 months. I'm talking like you're one character at Hammerstein. You're somebody else. Yeah. In fucking, in Philly, you're somebody else wherever. It's the same things like that.
The only consistent character they had was Nick Gage because he was Nick Gage any fucking way.
Well, he's a piece of shit.
It's not a character.
I love him. He's fucking great. He's a nut job.
All right. Our next non-football related one, then we go into a string of football. Joe showing love to the old school here.
No sleep last night. Been dreaming of you.
He's fucking getting down, ain't he?
Please hold me tight. 'Cause I can't love the way that I feel. I just can't love the way that I feel. Deep in the night, you took my heart. Now danger's inside. 'Cause I can't love the way that I feel.
Look at this next motherfucker. Oh shit.
Look at that. Dude, I think I had that suit. Oh, wow.
That Bernie Mac suit right there.
Yeah, I had a Bernie Mac suit.
Boy. I knew we were going to play that, and I was just rolling with Sean talking about throwing us back where we come from. I'm like, well, he's going to fucking find out.
Dude, that shit real fucking quick. I'm getting summer ready so I can leave the house without the anxiety, but I'm needing my fucking socks high. My Cortez is white.
There you go.
My fucking beater on. Hell yeah.
Fucking do it.
You know what's funny, man? I moved from my hometown in Paris, Illinois to Dallas, Texas when I was like 13, 14. I don't remember. I remember going into the locker room and there was 4 cats that come walking in that looked just like all of those dudes. Black t-shirts, the pants, the hat, all that shit.
Literally that old as well, too.
Yeah. And literally I was sitting there thinking, these motherfuckers look like they're 28 years old.
You look 30.
13-year-old kids walking around with dark black mustaches and shit, dude. I was like,
hell yeah.
Yep.
I got my ass kicked every day at that school.
Because the Permetta lives.
Don't blame them.
Fuck you.
Don't blame them.
Yeah, they always whipped my ass until basketball season started. Then all of a sudden, everybody decided I was okay guy.
Yeah, that's just because you were taller than everybody else. So shut the fuck
up.
up.
No, dude, that had nothing to do. I wasn't taller. No, dude, you don't know. No, dude, I wasn't. Dude, you're mistaken. I was 5'9" when I was 18 years old.
Yeah, okay, then I stand by what I said. You were taller than everybody else at that point.
No, dude, I was taller than you. I wasn't taller than everybody
There ain't
else.
a motherfucker in that video over 5'6". Like,
yeah,
I just want to be clear.
5'6" in fucking junior high, numbnuts, is my point. I was a little guy.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, but those are grown ass men that are 5'7" or under. So it don't matter.
In high school, they would have been at 4'2".
Let me point this out to you, Sean. Let me point something out to you. You watch the Olympics, right?
I used to, not as much.
Okay, you watch Team USA in the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
The fuck did you ever watch Team Mexico play basketball in the Olympics? I just out of curiosity.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's not a lie.
I honestly can't. I can't think that I ever.
There you go. Yeah. There's more Jamaican bobsledders than there are New Mexico basketball players, and that's fine.
Feel the rhythm. Feel that rhythm.
Yeah,
feel the rhythm.
That's just what happens, dog. They're just fucking out there. We just getting down like the fucking high socks. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm gonna be ready this summer for every fucking sock check up and down the fucking East Coast, dog. It don't matter.
Yeah,
shit's popping off.
I don't know. The one thing I loved about those guys, and later on in life, of course.
What do you mean those people?
Yeah, what do you mean by those guys? Like the
guys, the kids that I hung out with when I lived in Dallas, dude. I didn't have white friends because I was the only white kid for blocks. Those guys are everybody.
I love that. He had a Mexican friend. It was so great.
It did. Dude, I had a lot of Mexicans. I had this one kid named I remember I said, dude, what's your name? He said Hector, and I was like, no, really. Because I just watched some TV show with an actor on it named Hector, some or other shit. I told you, dude, I'd never been around anybody but white people. I was a kid. I didn't know shit.
Sean's like, no, what's your real name? What does your parents call you?
I did the first time he handed me a hot dog with a tortilla on it. I was like, what the fuck is this? You don't have bread? Because we don't use tortilla. Oh, yeah, so.
Jesus. Fucking whites.
This is the point I was getting ready to make.
Moving on.
Is what I've learned about my culture and the culture of other people is most minority considered like Mexican, black people, whatever, they have a stronger sense of family. So when there's a family dinner or whatever, it ain't just the husband, the wife, the kids, the boyfriends. It's the third fucking cousins and shit. Everybody's fucking showing up. It's, the camaraderie, the food, the culture. Well, white people don't have a culture because we all came from other places here.
That is beautifully spoken, colonizer. I am so happy you said that.
Perfect. Don't call me a fucking colonizer, motherfucker.
Go on and tell me how you didn't colonize everywhere.
I ain't colonized shit. I wouldn't be in this fucking trailer if that was the case.
Yeah, y'all showed up. Y'all showed up with swords and syphilis, dog. Don't even get it out of fucking.
No, not what you're talking about.
Syphilis. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. We only got like 15 minutes left in this fucking show, and I got a lot
go.
to say.
Meat and potatoes, our first one of the night.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Has he lost his mind? Is he or is he blind? Can he walk at all? Or if he moves, will he fall?
All right. Do you want to hit the other one?
Yeah, man, do it.
All right.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked.
Here's Barkley, a little shovel, looking for an edge, gets it. Saquon Barkley, first down. Barkley, oh! Saquon, touchdown.
There's a lot of things to defend post-snap by both these offenses.
Here's Hurts standing in lofty one. Devontae Smith, does he keep the feet inbound?
Fucking
He
catch from hell.
A 12-play drive and Jalen Hurts on the 1-yard touchdown. But the big one, the conversion on 4th down to A.J. Brown. Now Washington with plenty of time left and 2 timeouts as well. Here's McNichols, and just barely close. The ball is out! Philadelphia, did they get on it? They did!
Wow. Calcaterra at the top are your best 2 options.
Blitz coming. Hurts has to unload, going deep. A.J. Brown, he's got it! Hurts to throw. Near side, lets it rip. Brown! Touchdown!
Dragging that second foot to tap too, dude. That was a tough catch. It looked a lot. I mean, it looked a lot easier than what it really was.
Design run, Hurts, delay, Hurts, in, touchdown, Eagles.
Yeah, we're gonna watch every fucking score. Jesus Christ, we're gonna be here all night. Oh, that was it. Okay.
That was the last one.
I want to tell you. I want to tell you what I thought.
Hold on. What was that, Joe?
What would you say, Joe?
I was just saying that wasn't even all the scores. I don't think. I'm 99% sure because that game was over after the first drive.
Yep.
Oh, I agree.
That game.
Yeah.
And if anybody's followed along the show in these past few months, there was somebody on the show who gives his degenerate picks and his fucking parlays and his bullshit. But let me be honest with you. If you want real fucking assessment, what did I say last week about that game? What did I say last? That game went the exact way I said it was going to happen. And they fucked up. And honestly, I don't even know if it's Washington fans that put shit on the Rocky statue. Because it could have been. It's probably some dickhead Philly guy just getting people angry. But that's all it needed. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter who puts it up. You fucking that's the kiss of death. Ask the Minnesota Vikings, ask the San Francisco 49ers, and now you can ask the Washington football team.
Well, if I'm that dude in Philly that's putting shit on that fucking statue, I'm throwing a Chiefs fucking jersey on that motherfucker right now.
It honestly, that's going to be something else, but we'll talk about that later. This game was the exact thing.
Why do I feel like you and
big.
Chomsky are running around the fucking memorial with flashlights in black in the middle of the fucking night with
I'm not running anywhere.
Peace merch in your backpack.
But
yeah, I could tell you that for sure. He doesn't run anywhere.
So this game what happened was exactly what I said. The number one defense in the league ate that fucking rookie quarterback alive. All fucking week before the game, all the hype about the Commanders this, the Commanders that. Look what they did to the Lions. Well, the Lions fucking choked. Lions did exactly what the Lions do. They fucking choke in the playoffs. Always have, always will. That's going to be a fucking, that's, you know, it's like you set your watch to it, dog. It's not going to change. Washington was hyped up as this like coming. Oh, it's a rookie quarterback. And all I heard was like all this talk about how great this kid is. He's going to be the rookie of the year. That's fine. That's fine and great. He had a hell of a fucking season. But this is a different thing. You get to the NFC Championship, dog. Like that's a whole different beast. And these motherfuckers show up, and it's, you know, you have all your offensive threats. You have the number one defense. Fucking how about fucking special teams? Because what you don't see in some of those highlights is the reason that first play from Saquon, the first play from scrimmage for the Birds, was a 60-yard touchdown, is because it was a great fucking return to get it to the 40.
Yeah,
like that was the
It's
Commander's
little
kick.
things, man. Yeah, it's the little things.
That game was over after it was 3-0, and there was no turning back. Saquon did what Saquon does. He ran over everybody, ran past everybody. Hurts did, and there's another thing, man. People shitting on Jalen Hurts. Oh, he's not the kid. He's got one of the best records in the past 4 years of playing. As his time as a starter in Philly, unbelievable. And
coincidentally, he's also had the best offensive line, and that's for any other coach in the league that's listening. You want your young quarterback to develop and do shit, fucking protect them.
And that's where I'm going with this. You have one of the best offensive lines ever.
Statistically, yes, that is correct.
Statistically, yeah. You can have a guy like Saquon run all over. You can have Hurts do what he has to do to win games, but he doesn't have to. He doesn't need to be fucking Tom Brady throwing over 300 yards in a game. He doesn't need to do that. He can move on his feet. He can create some plays, make some space. He can hit open receivers when he needs to, but he's got all the talent to do anything that offense wants as long as they're scoring points. And they put up 55, the most points ever in an NFC Championship game. They put up 55. That last touchdown, the fucking second string was in anyway. Yeah. That last touchdown from Shipley, the fucking third running back, because Gainwell was out of the game. I think Gainwell got hurt. Saquon was already sitting because there's no need for him.
Right.
Shipley breaks off like two big runs and then gets the touchdown like within the 10 yards. I want to say it was like a 5-yard rush, 4-yard rush, whatever it was. Yeah. But he set that up with two big runs before that. And who was handing off the ball? Fucking Kenny Pickett, dog. Like, the backups ran fucking 4 plays in 60 plus yards down on Washington, and they still had all their starters in. They were still trying to stop Philly at that point. There was no stopping Philadelphia. That game was over. It's exactly what I said. And now we get the fucking the Chiefs are. That is the villain. That is the villain of the league.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Okay. Now, on that note, hold on, because this video here.
I want to throw something in. All right, go ahead.
This one kind of leads right into what you were saying.
Eagles Chiefs again? Really? What is your problem? I thought we agreed on a Buffalo Washington Super Bowl. I never agreed to that. I said, hey, how about a Buffalo Washington Super Bowl? And you said, okay. I didn't say okay. I said, okay. We already did Kansas City, Philadelphia. And? What do you mean, and? Buffalo Washington is the better storyline. Oh, please. Why don't you and NFL Twitter get a room? Are you kidding me? Josh Allen beating Lamar and Mahomes and then having to face a guy who people are saying is a mix of Lamar and Mahomes? Boring. How is that boring? Because then the final battle would be between two heroes, Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels. You need a villain. What would the Star Wars franchise be without Darth Vader? Vader dies at the end of Jedi. And by the way, there were a lot of Star Wars movies made post-Jedi. Jedi was the last good movie in the franchise. What is it you say every time I mention Rocky V? Rocky V never happened. Exactly. Why? Because Rocky IV was the last good movie made in the franchise. What does this have to do with Eagles Chiefs? The Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl when no one expected them to. Star Wars: A New Hope. Then they reach the Super Bowl again and lose to the Chiefs. The Empire Strikes Back. And now they come back even stronger to face the Chiefs again, this time with Saquon Barkley, Return of the Jedi. Okay, I guess I see your point, but still, Buffalo versus Washington would have been Batman v Superman. If you go to the theater and you see Batman v Superman and Return of the Jedi playing, which one are you buying a ticket to? Return of the Jedi. And how often are you doing that? Always. Game, set, match. By the way, can we talk about what you did to the Jets in Minnesota again this season? You come to me about this every year. When are you going to let it go?
That's awesome. Well, I'm actually glad you did that because I had two things that I wanted to make sure that I made a point of, and one of them was stupid. I literally, Joe, I swear to God, and Jovan can vouch for this, and you can check the chat. When Saquon broke that fucking run, all I could picture was that dude from Waterboy pulling his fucking. That's all I could think about was like Joe just squirted in his pants. That first play from scrimmage, my boy is like it's all over the house at this point. The TV's covered. There's shit on the coffee table. The girlfriend flicks it off her cheeks. It's gone everywhere. Secondly. The one thing that, and this is another thing too that was in the chat that we were talking about, was I was watching, kind of getting prepared for that because I wanted to be able to talk about this if it went the other way and Daniels and them succeeded. What I noticed was this season, that kid, you know what he's seen a lot of? Blitzing schemes, cover twos, all that shit. You know what nobody was playing against him? Zone. And I said to Jovan, if they play zone on this kid, he's going to have problems because I think everybody's mentality was Ricky quarterback. We're going to send the fucking house after him. And he's one of those kids that he's a reactor.
Because that's the standard. That's the standard go-to.
Yeah, the standard.
Right.
Quarterbacks get happy feet.
So I feel like Philly kind of rope-a-doped him a little bit.
Yeah,
I told Jovan, I was like, man, if they play zone against this kid, he's not going to be able to get the ball down the field. And then the first play from scrimmage on defense, Philly sends a fucking blitz. And I was like, well, I don't know shit. But then I started realizing about halfway through the first quarter, these guys are playing they're playing a cover zone.
Yeah, they covered zone and had a spy over him, so he couldn't really break out the runs. They had him in check.
He had to be, and I understand, like, we're talking about Philly's defense from the line back. Pretty fucking solid defense, man. I mean, they're top what? I don't know the number where they're at.
What, their defense?
Their defense, yeah.
They're one right.
They were number one. Yeah.
Number one ranked defense. You couldn't do a cover. You couldn't, like, fucking the Jets wouldn't be able to cover them playing a zone. But Philly's athletes are so good that they can match up with those speedy receivers. I mean, dude, there was no long throws. There was no,
big dynamic plays.
And if, they were kind of like, if the kid breaks free and gets a 10-yard rip, then he gets a 10-yard rip, but we're not getting beat downfield. And because they just, I don't think they knew what to do. He's so used to people coming at him.
The first drive told you everything about the game.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is if you listen to like analysts go, it was an 18-play drive. 18 plays, took almost 8 minutes, almost over half the fucking first quarter. All that stuff. That's all fine and great. But think
when
about
8 of those like penalties in the red zone.
But think about this though.
Yeah, okay.
2 fourth down conversions that had to happen in that. Multiple third down conversions as well too. So that means it was such short, small yardage plays that they were not getting. That's why it took 18 plays to go fucking 75 yards. There was no, like they were showing what the defense was going to do, and they were showing like this is as far as this offense can go, and it's what they did. And yeah, they gave up a couple touchdowns here and there, but especially, I mean, like realistically, that especially that final touchdown, with the 2-point conversion, it was basically garbage time at that point anyway.
It was.
So it didn't matter. It didn't fucking matter.
So, and I just think and I'm not saying that the kid can't play. He can definitely play, but he is a rookie.
Oh yeah.
And we've seen rookies have great first years and then the next year get fucking trampled because now defensive coordinators know how to defend them. I mean, it happened.
There's tape on you.
It happened with us in Chicago. We had Trubisky that first year. He had a great season, won a bunch of games, was supposed to go to the Super Bowl, double joint, and we didn't. The next year, though, now everybody's seen him. They know how to defend him. I don't know that this kid's going to win as many games next year.
Yeah, we have no idea how many glory holes this guy's going to hit. So
Jesus,
that's for Jovan specifically.
Thanks, buddy.
Since I know you weren't going to put that fucking video out there.
I didn't put that video up there.
You're such a prick.
I didn't realize that was the second time that bastard has used that in a
That's
fucking...
like the fourth time he said
Yeah.
that. He
I
doesn't understand glory days and glory holes are two different things.
Sprinkled it in there. Everybody's living on the good old glory holes. Oh, jeez.
What?
I love it when people use words they don't know what they mean.
Yeah,
Right.
like this man talks in front of the national media and refers to them as glory holes. That's fucking bananas, dude.
All right, here we go. We've got two more Philly ones, man. I have to trim it because I got to get this last one in before we leave.
Oh.
This is a great fucking sports moment.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he was in his feelings after that game because I'm gonna say this: nobody on that Washington team had a better game than Zach Ertz.
Well,
Eagle,
okay, now
Super Bowl champ.
I'm not as familiar with him, but I don't know why. I feel like I should know who he is because that kid can play, dude. I mean,
Tight end Zach Ertz,
yeah,
dude, like top premier tight end for like the last few years.
Where?
Philly and Washington.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he played somewhere else too.
I apparently wasn't paying attention.
I think he played somewhere else. Didn't he play somewhere else too?
I thought it was just Philly and Washington.
But you guys got to realize too, I don't watch. I mean, I only started watching more football this season. Up until this year, it was just if it was a Bears game, I watched. If it wasn't a Bears game, then I watched the playoffs, and then that was it. I didn't really.
No, that's
watch.
right. He spent a year in Arizona. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, the kid cabal.
A couple
So
years
he's how long has he been in the league? 4 years? 3 years? How many years?
No, he was
At least,
drafted.
yeah, 6. Is it 6 years? Dennis, check that out.
2013. Yeah, 20. He was drafted in 2013 by Philly.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So yeah, he's on the twilight. The reason he left Arizona and went to Washington, they were trying to. He went to Washington this season, trying to get on with a contender somewhere. It's kind of his last hurrah, essentially.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Did he sign a 1 year just for this year? Or?
I don't know. I don't know what his contract is.
If he's
But
free
either
agent,
way,
somebody's going to pay him to come in. He can go somewhere out. Send that kid to fucking Baltimore.
Philly loves him.
Oh yeah,
he won a Super Bowl with us. He was he was the tight end in our Super Bowl win. So
okay, I remember him now.
The only guy on that team that was getting cheered, which was awesome. So
yeah, the game was standing though.
But that was great. Fletcher Cox, giving him his moment there, like hey, great game. But he got a lot of love from the Philly crowd on Sunday. That's for fucking sure.
Here comes my Lotta.
Let's not stand on ceremony here. Jesus cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you.
I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body?
That's fucked up.
I was wondering what would break first.
What would break first?
Your spirit or your body?
Just the absolute best. That was the absolute fucking best thing.
Yeah,
mic'd up moment I've ever heard. I've never heard anybody straight up fucking quote Bane on the football field.
That's awesome.
It was the laugh and everything. You just
and all the lines to pick from that movie because Bane had some great fucking lines in that movie.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
literally to say that to a defense that's given up 55 points.
Yeah, bro.
To turn around and say that to the dude who you're just been locked down all fucking night.
Dude, if you're Philly and you're the top dog in the division for as many years as they have been, you don't want to fucking upstart thinking they can come up and fucking play with you. So I get it. Keep them bitches humble. They might stay away.
Well, we hit a lot of Philadelphia shit. Joe got a good Philadelphia half hour. We wrap this thing up with the dark video I promised. This will be the last segment before we go home. Let's see how this goes.
This should be really fucked up.
One of the things that I do that some of you may not realize or may realize is that I take doll houses and I recreate the actual murders of families that took place in houses in the house itself. They're 1/12 scale, and I study the crime scene photos and I recreate them as closely as possible, right down to the knots tied around their hands and feet.
Isn't that cool? We could start having these all over the house.
And this is my next project. This house came to me via my friend Carrie, all the way from, I don't even know where she got it, somewhere in Pennsylvania. But it's
Always
so cool because
Pennsylvania.
all four
Standing
sides
in the shower
open up,
covered
and I
in
can't
blood
wait to
right
get
now.
started. I don't know what kind of murder it's going to be yet, but stay tuned and you'll find out.
Fun for the holidays. You could do a gingerbread house.
Yeah. That Karen kind of made my dick hard.
So, my question is, I wonder how much she would charge me to recreate the Benoit house.
Stop it. Stop. Oh my God, that whole bit was just so you could fucking say that.
Waited almost an hour and like
That
5.5 minutes.
The patience and the restraint to hold that
Yes.
in.
The whole
That's
time.
pretty good, dude. That's
For
pretty good.
one fucking joke, an hour and 5 minutes
That was
into the
pretty
show.
good. You should fucking do it.
Unreal.
I'll tell you what, bro. You get that dollhouse made, I'll stick it in my fucking. I'll put it up. I'll display that motherfucker for you. Put a light on it.
I wonder if she would do like the individual dolls like she did there, or if she'd be lazy and buy a Benoit toy.
Oh Jesus Christ, bro! Come on, that's just fucked up. Because you know WCW made woman toys. Wait, stop.
Yeah,
That's fucking.
I wonder if there's a toy Bowflex.
Well, I mean, they really don't need they don't really need it to look like woman because they would just put the pillow.
The pillow, yeah, you wouldn't be able to see what she looked like. You just need a female doll.
Wow.
Or reach out and DM this lady, see how much that'll cost. Tax season's almost here, ladies and gentlemen. That might be my buy for the year.
Yeah, fuck, dude. We are
It's so shitty.
well. We're going to hell.
Pretty much.
We're
Well,
gonna,
gentlemen,
we're gonna be in that wing with Hitler and O.J. Simpson and eventually one of the Paul brothers. I'm assuming.
Jesus Christ.
Well, guess what, dickheads? You got one more week next week of me fucking spouting off a whole bunch of Philly nonsense before the Super Bowl. And then you got me after the Super Bowl, hopefully with a win. RIP to the fucking 18-year-old kid who died climbing a pole down here. That fucking sucks. Yeah, 18-year-old college kid fucking fell off a light pole celebrating in Philly on Sunday night. So that's kind of a shitty thing. Also, fuck Bryce Mitchell, UFC fighter, who on his podcast thinks it'd be really, really cool to hang out with Hitler, probably go fishing with him because that's some fucking bullshit. So fuck that guy. Yeah. Hey, I heard Dallas hired a coach, so good luck for them. That's gonna be real fucking great for them.
Dallas hired nobody. We fucking brought in Eberflus. They brought in fucking Schottenheimer. It's just fucking stupidness.
Unfucking believable.
That's why I said go Lions. Sean, what do you got to end on?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Perfect, Sean. Great. Hit the video, Dennis.
Fantastic. But if I could be real for a second, though, like, how do you scrub out early turn of the century STDs from the back of your fucking Ford Model T?
I don't know.
Like, because they had some fucking hobo chlamydia happening back there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, dude, now all I'm thinking about is a commercial for the Benoit house.
Dude, and it's funny you say that because I actually thought of something else, too. If I bought a house a playhouse, a play farm. Can she do the Von Erichs? It'd be a massive project, but I bet she can do it.
That would be, and it's got to be you got to get a wrestling guy to do the commercial too,
Yeah.
You read about it. You've heard about it. It's the Benoit Death House. And for our first 100 callers, we give you a free Kevin Sullivan Might Have Done It action figure. I mean, dude, it would sell itself. People would buy that shit. You sick fuckers. You would buy it.
Have you seen Dark Side of the Ring? Season 2, Episode 1 and 2. Now own the figure.
The Dollhouse.
The Benoit Murder House.
That's fucking awful.
That's so fucking awful, bro.
Oh, I'd want that. I want the Benoit Murder House in the fucking Vince McMahon Happy Time office.
Complete with a scat pack.
Legends of the Ring Sting, man. It's a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shootin' Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics will put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comics from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin' Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin' Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
Be sure to check us out on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@SHOOTINGSHT. Find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/SHOOTINSHT. Check us out on TikTok at SHOOTINSHIT. And you can buy your official Shootin' Shit shirt at www.ProWrestlingTees.com/SHOOTINSHT. And thanks for watching.